Welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This episode is one of those 3 episodes that were released during or produced during this Let's Play series where the audio got messed up. So you're going to be hearing neither the gameplay audio that takes place during the game nor the original commentary in which I recorded while playing the game. So unfortunately what we are doing here is I'm recording the commentary sometime, actually several weeks after playing this part of the game. Now where we are is we are in the dungeon in Skull Woods. Now, this is the Darkworld version of the Lost Woods, and it is a little bit more complicated, or a little bit more complex, a little harder to find our way around in here. In order to get from one area to the other, in the Lost Woods, you really just sort of had to wander around, and it was a bit of a labyrinth, but the way to get through was not that difficult. Now, in this section, well, instead of just passing from one end to the other, we actually have to go and enter the dungeon and exit the dungeon at different parts in order to gain access to different parts of the forest. That would, oh geez, what was that dude doing in the bush? So that means we have to go in and out of the dungeon several times. This isn't one of those situations where we're just going to go in there in the beginning of the dungeon, play towards the end, and then we're done. Now where I am is the I've left the dungeon. I'm not quite sure why I did that. And I've gone back to the village, and I'm not sure what this village is called in the Darkworld. I'm not even sure what the hell I was doing here. What was your intention, sir? Oh, hold on, never mind. Oh wow, I am way off on this. The dungeon in Skull Woods was the one I did in the last episode. Wow, I am an idiot. Okay. Now that I've gotten that figured out. Oh wow, the first 2.5 minutes of this episode were complete gibberish, weren't they? Oh, that is a shame. Okay, this is the dungeon we're going to. It's not the one in Skull Woods, it's the one inside the Darkworld village. And it's in the position that the Wind Vein was in the Light World. This dungeon is not as difficult to find your way around. In fact, a good portion of its space is actually these couple of rooms, which are pretty large and not really hard to find your way around. And I believe we're going to find the big key, which unlocks the big door fairly early, which is a little bit of an irritating thing because the big key, you'd think unlocking the big door should be this thing that you find in order to gain access to the boss or something like that, not just the second half of the dungeon. But whatever. Oh, hollow. Boom! Oh, how nice. Coins, or rupees rather. We already have 999 of them. That's the maximum number. So I can collect those things all day. I'll never get anywhere with them. Damn thing keeps turning us into a rabbit. Kind of defenseless while in a rabbit. You can't use the shield or the sword, so any hit that comes your way, you better avoid it. And you can't take any enemies out. Bomb. Oh, there's the big door. It won't be long before we find the key. Running around like a moron. Doesn't even look like there's a bombable door there. I gotta stop going for these stupid skull heads. I have all the bombs I need, I have all the rupees I need, I have everything I need. There's no reason to be picking those things up. Compass. Remember, the compass will tell you where the boss is. We have the map and the compass, so it's not a terribly difficult thing to see what we need to do to get to the end. It's just getting there. That's the problem. Now we're on the other side. Crap. The door locked. We want to get to that treasure chest. Okay, we can't go back through the door we came in from, so we're going to have to take the long way around. Duh, bunny. Okay, this should do it. And not bunny. Oh, there's the big key. Now we have the big key. Seems kind of early, and it is. Now we just have to go around, find our way back to where we were. And that should, Oh, this isn't the room. What am I doing? I already opened those. Here we go. Oh, regular keys. The regular doors. Okay, now this is where the dungeon's evil master should be located. But we entered this area, and what do you know? There is nothing there. What a disappointment. I want to kill something. I want to kill something a little more powerful than a regular old skeleton. So how do we do that? Well, we got to go do something. Let's go find out what. Okay, now we have the key here. I don't think there's anything to do in this room. Don't get yourself beaten up by a fireball that likes hugging the walls. Oh, I hate those things. Magic powder. You can kill those things once their little red part comes out of the big blurry red part. But until that happens, they're kind of invincible, I think. Haha. Oh, just charged right into the spikes. Huh, had enough of that. Okay, we got a key, and we can also switch the thing, so which we needed to hit one of those in order to get past here. Okay, what we got to do is opening that's not going to help us any. In fact, you're just going to drop these weird little snakes with skull heads. That didn't do us any good at all. Okay. Okay, now that's what we needed to do. Hey, there are windows here. Where the hell are we? Because didn't we go underground? Okay, this seems a little bit weird. What do we do here? Die, you creepy grasshopper monsters. Oh, some bombs. How convenient. What do we need bombs for? Well, what you do is you take a bomb, you drop it, you pick it up and throw it onto... Okay, that missed. Throw it onto that little broken spot, and it creates a hole. Now, oftentimes you can be in other dungeons, you make these kinds of holes, then you can fall through them to gain access to different parts of the dungeon. But that's not the case here. In fact, that's really, oh, friggin' eye wings things. In fact, we can't even reach that hole. So what the hell good does that do us? Well, geez, guess got hit again. Well, we'll see. We can get through here now and access the earlier parts of the dungeon through the hole in the bottom if we wish. Oh, this looks crazy. This crazy idea was this. Why would anyone create a building like this? I mean, like, let's just say the world in The Legend of Zelda was real. Why would anyone go out of the way to build a place like this with weird rooms with conveyor belts going in every frickin' direction? What sense does that make? I ask you. No key. Oh, okay, we're good. Oh, what is this? This is messed up. Okay. Kill everything, and we can get through. Check that last one. Okay, let's just get out of here. That made a lot of sense. Let's try this direction. Oh, we don't have a key. Maybe he has a key. Okay, we need to go find a key. Oh, wait, we hang. Oh, these doors are opening. Jeez. And there's a key. Wait, who the hell is this girl? She's following us around the way Zelda was back in the beginning of the game. Hey. Did all these creepy monster things take her hostage too? We did know there were a bunch of other maidens that were the descendants of the wise men, but Agnum had gone and turned all of them into the crystals at this point. So she's not one of them. So who the hell is she? Well, we can't take her outside. The hell with that. Hey, hold on. There's some light here. Too bright. Wait. Whoa! What in the hell is that? Well, I guess that kind of explains it. Just like how she was able to be in the Darkworld and still retain her normal appearance. That's not actually her normal appearance. Whatever the hell this thing is her normal appearance. Jeez, that is frightening. It's like its arms are just fire. And its head keeps falling off and regrowing anew everything else. And down we go. We have fairies, though. We're good. Time to kill. Kill. There we have it. There's our piece of, or that's not a piece of heart, it's a full heart. And we got the actual crystal. And boom, we are done. But are we done? No, we're not done. Because notice something that happened when I went through there. I did not find the dungeon treasure. And it is something that is quite important. Although it wasn't actually necessary to get through this dungeon, it is something that you're going to want to go and find, because you will need it to get past parts later on in the game, and it will actually give you access to a rather significant power-up. I'm a little bit irritated that they actually made it possible for you to get through this dungeon without finding your dungeon weapon. We just need to go downstairs. Downstairs. Huh, is this really necessary? Oh, it's faded. Oh, okay, that's upstairs, not down. Upstairs, not down. Go back. Go back the way you came. Okay, that's not something you have to do. That's retarded. Why did I? Don't do that. Just don't do that. Have to hit the switch. That didn't work. That didn't get us anywhere. What am I doing? There we go, downstairs. Now we picked up a key earlier that we didn't really have a use for. And that's what we're going to need to get. That's what we needed. We would have probably gone through the door had we had the key at the time, and we would have gotten our treasure. But there we go. We just need the magic hammer for whatever frickin' reason to get through these little head things, and we got it. The Titan's Mitt. Titan's Mitt is basically the power glove that we had used, that we had gotten much earlier in the game. It allows us to pick up stones and stuff. And the difference is the Titan's Mitt allows us to pick up the darker colored stones, so the darker colored skulls. And like these, we couldn't pick these up earlier. Now we can. Apparently they're supposed to be heavier or something. And there's some little dude here. Okay. This little frog was somebody who got trapped in the Darkworld, and he wants us to take him back to his partner. Now when we use the magic mirror, he will turn into a dwarf. And what are dwarves good at? Well, if you believe the stereotypes, the dwarves are good at mining and tempering stuff. Okay, now we got two of these dwarves there, smacking away at that piece of metal with their hammers. Where they will be momentarily. There they go. It's big hammers for little people. Okay, they'll just... For 10 rupees, they'll temper your sword. But unfortunately, that means while they're doing that, we have no weapons. So I'm going to walk around a bit with the magic mallet, just for fun. See, look at, we don't have a sword. Link is just flailing his arms around like a moron. And we're going to screw around for a little bit while they temper the sword. Okay, something you can do here is throw some magic at that. And then some weird little bat dude emerges and he gives you the ability to increase the number of bombs you have or something like that. It's not a big deal, and I'll really do it. Okay, they may have finished. So let's see. Oh, dude, seriously? Okay, let's go away a little bit further. And by a little bit, I mean a lot bit. Death Mountain. We're definitely not going to stay here, because this is a horrible place to be. And let's go back. Oh, that's not where I wanted to be. Oh, okay. Okay, apparently the way I decided to do this was to, oh, shit. No. Was to teleport my butt over to Link's home and walk back. And by the time you get back, they should be done. It's not a far walk. You just got to be careful because you don't really have the defense. Without your sword, you can't fight as well as you would normally. There we go. And Link dashing looks kind of stupid. So he doesn't swing his arms when he runs. Just makes it look like he's running with his arms down at his side or something. It's creepy. Boom. Now you can get your sword. This only happens if you have the Master Sword, obviously. And you can get your sword increased. You can get your sword buffed up twice in the game. And this is the first part, and later on in the game, much later, we will have the ability to do it the second time. You do not actually have to do it either time. In fact, I've gone out of my way to beat the game using just the normal Master Sword, which makes fighting the end boss particularly difficult since he doesn't take damage from the normal attacks. You have to do your spinning attack. Now we have our new sword. The thing is red, notice. It's quite a bit more powerful. I forget the actual numbers, but I'm going to assume it's around twice as powerful, which is a pretty big improvement. Let's go kill this guy. I'm not sure of the blade beam that you're using, the little lightning bolt that shoots out of the sword when you're at full health. I'm not sure if that power is increased. I'm kind of thinking it isn't. But as long as you're keeping your distance, who cares? You see these enemies are dying that much easier. And there we go. That is the dungeon, and that is the upgraded sword. So, in the next episode, I will note that I will be back to my original live commentary, so it may be a little confusing. I may say some things implying that I said things in this episode that you didn't hear me say, so try not to be confused. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.